Now, this also has a very, very similar feel to it that the Brett Kavanaugh hearing had. So the accusation is everything. There's no backup for it because in the transcript released by the Trump administration, there isn't any crime or misdemeanor or anything. Now, I've asked the smartest people in the country, tell me in that transcript what's impeachable, and nobody can. Well, he might have, he could have, that's no good. So I wrote a column, and I hope you read it, called The Sting. It's posted on the site. And it basically says that this was a contrived complaint by the whistleblower, that he hired 3 lawyers whom I believe wrote the complaint. I don't believe this federal employee did. All right? And they basically engineered something in the same vein that Christine Ford engineered the attacks on Brett Kavanaugh. Same thing. You'll remember. Just the accusation, and you had sitting senators going, guilty. Get him out of there. Doesn't deserve to be the Supreme Court justice. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Same thing. No evidence. Nothing. Is there any difference than what's happening now? What's the evidence? So let me tell you what did happen, because I know. Because I talked to President Trump himself about it when I was writing The United States of Trump, which of course I hope you will read, because then you'll understand a lot more than the press understand. The press doesn't want to understand. They just want I'm out of there. Okay, so Donald Trump has told me on a number of occasions that he is furious, remains livid, that Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden, in various ways, all tried to destroy him and his campaign, and then even after he won, try to destroy his presidency. He's obsessed with that. Now, when you read the book, you'll know if you go after Donald Trump, you make an enemy for life. And he gets crazed. All right? We all know that. So in his mind, Obama, Clinton, and Biden tried to destroy him. That's where you start. That's where this whole impeachment Ukraine thing starts. So this is really interesting. One of the most interesting stories that I've covered in years. Impeachment-Mania, okay? That's fair, right? Everybody's talking about impeachment. So now your humble correspondent goes out and asks people, what's the crime? So if they're Trump supporters, there's no crime right away. If they don't like Donald Trump, there's a silence. And I've done this, 20 people, regular folks. This is silence. And they go, well, it looks like he was bullying a foreign country or, and there's a million little, but there's no real crime. So I do a lot of radio, right? I'm on the radio promoting the United States of Trump. And I'm on WBAL in Baltimore. That's an affiliated station of the O'Reilly Update. And I'm on with a very smart guy named Clarence Mitchell. So we're talking impeachment on the radio. And I say to him, so Clarence, what's the crime? And he says, well, there isn't a crime per se, but there's an election violation. I said, that's interesting, Clarence. Tell me about that. Because Clarence actually ran for office at one point. He said, if you enlist the help of a foreign nation in an American election, that's unethical. I said, okay, I'm down with that. I think that's a good, it's not a law, but a good guideline. However, if there's a reason other than the election to ask a foreign leader about a situation, as there clearly is with Joe Biden's presence in the Ukraine, clearly, you can't say, unless the words are mentioned, help me in election, that President Trump used that phone call as an election vehicle. Because he didn't really. I mean, I know why he made the call. It's clear to me. He doesn't like Joe Biden. He believes Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Hillary Clinton hurt him intentionally and unethically in the 2016 election. And he's trying to ferret that information out. That's why he made the call. Okay, so Mr. Mitchell ceded that point. So if there's another reason, then you're asking a foreign leader to do me a favor, which Donald Trump did. You can't pin it on an election violation. So that's where we are. We're in a twilight zone, and I'm sorry I use that illusion so much, of there's no crime, and the media wants impeachment. And Nancy Pelosi figured out that she can do this under the cover of the media, who will cheer her and her party on. Now, the Democrats have put a heinous spin on that. He threatened him. No evidence of threats. Certainly the Ukraine president doesn't feel he was threatened, and the transcript doesn't show any threat. There's no evidence of withholding money. The Ukrainians got the money. So it's all about perception. Did the president of the United States try to influence the upcoming election by using the help of a foreign nation? Very flimsy and shaky. And Trump addressed it today. All right? And then there's the whistleblower, which I will get to. So let's start with Nancy Pelosi, who yesterday said she was praying for the president. Okay. Today, she says she wants to treat Donald Trump in a fair way. Roll the tape.
We will treat the president with fairness as we go forward. We will have investigations and questioning that are worthy of the Constitution of the United States. It's unworthy of the Constitution of the United States to do what he did in that call. And he admitted it to me. He said it's perfect. No, it's not perfect. It's wrong. A. And B, that protecting whistleblowers is a very, very important requirement that we have. In that telephone call, the president undermined our national security because of his what he had done a few days earlier. So the president said, well, I didn't say that in the call. No, the sequencing of it.
So she's going to treat him fairly, but she convicts him of undermining national security and doing something against the Constitution and threatening whistleblower. But she's going to treat him fairly. All right, Adam Schiff, we all know. All right, fanatical, partisan, and I'm not sure it was wise to have the Democrats put him on the dais today, but they did. Roll it.
We're not fooling around here, though. We don't want this to drag on months and months and months, which appears to be the administration's strategy. So they just need to know that even as they try to undermine our ability to find the facts around the president's effort to coerce a foreign leader to create dirt that he can use against a political opponent, that they will be strengthening the case on obstruction if they behave that way.
Well, at least Mr. Schiff didn't lie and say he wanted to treat Donald Trump fairly. He doesn't. But I love this line. Create dirt that Donald Trump could use against a political opponent. Where is that? Where is that? All right? I mean, you can make up any allegation, and people do every day. But I haven't seen that. If anybody's seen it, please send it to me. Okay, so Donald Trump, he's now getting Biden. See, Biden has really been hurt by all this. Do I think he's out of it? No. Do I think he's damaged? Big time. Because Biden can say whatever he wants. Always cleared. You said it yourself, Joe. You said you went over there. You said you threatened the Ukrainian government with a loss of $1 billion in loans if they didn't fire a prosecutor. You know, you did it as vice president. It may not be illegal, but it's certainly unethical. You said it. You did it. You're hurt. All right, now I'm going to play Trump's Biden soundbite and then Biden's Trump soundbite. Okay, first the president. Go.
Biden's son is corrupt, and Biden is corrupt. And I'd rather run against Biden than almost any of those candidates, and I think they're all weak. But I think Biden has never been a smart guy, and he's less smart now than he ever was.
Okay. Now, if I were Donald Trump, would I want to run against Biden over Bernie Sanders? No. Over Elizabeth Warren? No. Over any of the others? No. Okay? I think Biden, maybe not now, but a week ago, was the strongest candidate. Maybe not now. So Biden, he's out in Nevada, Reno, and he hears Trump say that, and here's what he says. Go.
Now, let me make something clear to Mr. Trump and his hatchet men, and the special interests funding his attacks against me. I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to destroy me, and you're not going to destroy my family. I don't care how much money you spend, Mr. President, or how dirty the attacks get. Trump knows there are no truth in the charges against me.
No, he doesn't. Trump thinks you're a crook. He told me that. All right? He believes you're a crook, Joe. It's in my book, The United States of Trump. He believes you and Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton did unethical and perhaps illegal things to derail his candidacy and hurt him once he got elected. That's what he believes.